Let's go.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're back on Telegram. Telegram Tuesdays.
Uh,
How's everybody doing? And people are starting to stack back in. I missed this, to be honest with you guys. How long have we not been on Telegram doing Telegram AMAs? Or what's it been, like 3 or 4 weeks now?
I'd say about 3 weeks, something like that. 3 weeks,
That feels a lot.
or
Feels
probably
a
more.
lot longer, man. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna do this regularly every Tuesday. I just can't do next Tuesday. I'm not gonna be around this upcoming week. But I actually might be able to hop on for like a few minutes, but I won't be able to have like a formal one. I think I mentioned it too last week when I was announcing this.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yep.
pinned it.
So we're just working on getting the season 3 up and live right now. Just so you guys know, season 3 is going to be something very new and different that we're experimenting with. It's going to be a staged rollout. And what I mean by staged rollout is there are going to be 2, maybe even 3 different parts of the season. No, there'll be 3 different parts of the season, actually, now that I think of it. So, firstly, it'll be the regular season where you guys get to deploy your Shiba and Doge. And then we are going to implement the ShibaDoge support. So you guys will be able to put your ShibaDoge NFTs in. But the third part, it gets very interesting. I'm not going to spoil it, but we are working on a very big surprise, something massive that every NFT holder is going to benefit from, whether you have a private, whether you have a one-of-one, doesn't matter. You guys will all feel the benefits of what we're going to be introducing on this the third part of season 3, pretty much. So obviously this is called Rise of the Memes, and it's named Rise of the Memes for a good reason, because the meme tokens are going to be back in full force. So, we always like to follow the narrative of what's going on in the space with, whether it's the staking seasons or whether it's just like content that we're creating or whatever. So we decided to go with that format as far as like the setting of how things are going to take place. Now, we have something very, very big coming in the coming weeks. And I think everyone is going to be very interested to see what that is. I can confidently say that our ecosystem is everlasting. And what I mean by that is it will always grow. So we do have some pretty big things that we want to introduce into our ecosystem as well. Something that you guys are going to be pretty blown away by, and something that we've been working pretty hard on. So I think it's going to cause a little bit of ruckus in this entire space. I'm reading the chat right now. This guy says, "Why can't I see my Shiba Doge NFTs? Only Doge and Shiba staking site." Yeah, so the reason why you can't see your Shiba Doge NFTs on the new Warzone site is because they are not allowed there yet. So they will be allowed there when the support on that goes live. And I don't think it's take too long. It'll probably take a few weeks before we get it up and running. Let's see. This is a ledger. Okay. Also, I've been getting a lot of questions. People have been asking me. They were saying like, "Hey, when do I have to stake to be eligible for, the reward or the end of the season reward for staking the whole season or this or that?" Guys, we have not announced what is going to happen at the end of the season, whether you're going to get an EFT or whatever. Like, we haven't talked about that. So just because we've done it in previous season or previous seasons doesn't mean it's always going to be the same format and the same thing every season. There's no guarantee that it will even be anything. You get what I'm saying? Just because we like to keep things different, and we like to surprise you guys with different things. So I don't know whether it's going to be an EFT this time. I don't know whether it's going to be a different type of price. But what I can tell you is, for anybody who wants to participate, and if we do anything for the entirety of the season, people that participated in all of season 3, since gas is high, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, you guys have to do it today or else you're not eligible. We understand gas is high, we get it. So I'm gonna stay 10 days from the start. If we do anything, we'll start counting from the first 10 days. So anybody who participated in the first 10 days to the end of the season will most likely be eligible if we decide to do anything, and if we decide to have like a prize or not. So just wanted to throw that out there, just so people don't assume things, and just so people don't like say, hey, Leo, you said this or that, and it didn't come through. So just wanted to make it clear. This guy says, what is your strategy to make the part evolve with the supply? I have no idea what you mean by
that. Some people were asking that you mentioned that privates will be a little less for season 3, but now it's a lot less. So they just want to know why.
Right, gotcha. So privates have been pretty much, it's half of what they were in the previous seasons, right? And the reason why that's the case is because doing this takes a lot of math, and you have to make things add up and make things make sense. So just to be clear, people, if you guys put your NFTs in the Warzone, make sure you guys take advantage of it too, because there's like over 1.8 sextillion or something like that tokens in combined season 1 and season 2 where people haven't claimed it. So claim your tokens. And then secondly, it's like a lot of math goes into it. So we want to make sure that this is going to be sustainable moving forward. But also on top of that, we've made adjustments because there are going to be different things that are added into the season moving forward. And those things that are added into the season are going to be pretty massive. So anybody who feels like, oh, you're putting a private in there and you're not gaining as much as you were in the previous season, I would hold that thought until everything in the season is rolled out, and then I'd be open to taking those questions moving forward. But like, what you guys need to understand is this season is going to be a lot different. The season is going to be a lot more interactive, and the season is going to have a lot of big surprises that people are not aware of just yet, right? So we do have something massive coming. We have something massive coming that's going to impact our entire ecosystem, not just season 3, but if anybody that is participating in season 3 is also going to have a direct correlation and a direct impact as to being involved with what's coming first. So just wanted to put that out there, and it's not like we're taking away and not giving anything in return. There's going to be some big things that are coming in return.
Great. And the Shiba Doge, when can they be deployed? And obviously burn token isn't involved in this calculation. So
right. Yeah. So burn token is not involved in the Doge and Shiba calculation. So since it's always been pointed out there that you've had to have a bread or a pair, not a bread. You'd have to have a pair of Doge and Shiba to get burn token. We're going to make it so that the Shiba Doge NFTs, once you're able to stake those will generate burn tokens for you, plus other things in the future. But it's much easier for us to keep count of the people who have paired NFTs just by them having a Shiba Doge put in there, because obviously you have to have had a Shiba Army and a Doge Army in order to own or have a Shiba Doge NFT. So the Shiba Doge NFTs will be generating the burn token rewards. And as far as when the support for that will come is, I would say probably in a few weeks, a couple of weeks to a few weeks max.
Okay, great. Them are the main questions I've had today. So
here's a question I'm reading right now from John. It says, due to high gas fees, when we are able to deploy the bread ShibaDoge NFTs, can we unstake, breed, and then restake all NFTs, including the bread ones, without getting penalized for the staking all season gift, if there ends up being one? So yeah, that's the thing, John. It's like the reason why I'm like kind of like reluctant to announce anything if there is going to even be an all season gift or anything like that is because I don't want people to have thoughts like that where it's like, oh my God, like I want to do this, but I'm afraid to do it because, you know, if I pull out, then I might lose my reward or this or that. And I don't want people to feel like they're losing out on anything in a sense. So that's why we haven't decided fully whether we want to do like an all season thing or not, because we don't want to force anyone to make a decision that they don't want to make necessarily, right? Like if you want to pull out your NFT out of the Warzone to do something with it, whether you want to breed it or whether you want to trade it or whatever, you should be able to do that without having to be penalized for it, right? And that's why I think we'll think of a different substitute for people rather than it being like, hey, I staked from day one to the very end, so I'll get something. I think we could think of a more fair substitute, or people could get rewarded for participating in the entirety of the season without it having us having to, like, you know, count days and penny pinch days and this and that. So yeah, I mean, for sure we don't want to penalize anybody. And then I read another question. Elon Metallic says, do we need to unstake to breed mid-season? Yeah, if you want to breed mid-season, you are going to have to be in control of the NFTs. The only way that you'll be able to do that is if you have them unstaked. But for the second part of the season 3, when you're able to put your ShibaDoge NFTs in the contract, your ShibaDoge NFTs, you're still going to be able to have control over customizing them, and they'll still show up in your wallet. You just won't be able to. You'll be able to interact with them fully, 100%. Everything. The only things that you won't be able to do with them while they're pretty much participating in Warzone is you won't be able to transfer them, right? So you won't be able to send them to another wallet. You won't be able to list them for sale. You won't be able to do that unless you unstake them first. So that's something to keep in mind. In the future, we're going to try to figure out a way how to do that with the ShibaArmy and DogeArmy NFTs too. But it works a little bit differently because ShibaArmy and DogeArmy are ERC 721 tokens. So they work a little bit differently. And the ShibaDoge NFTs are ERC, I believe, 1155s. So that was a little bit easier for us to implement that type of function in the 1155s. I don't know exactly what goes into implementing that or not. Just like you guys know, I'm not a Solidity developer or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, we're going to try to figure out how to do it for the Doge and Shiba armies too in the future.
guys, you know this is a hangout. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. People have questions, so yeah. I'm just answering them. Johnny asks, Leo, will the unbred NFTs have anything amazing coming their way, or should I breed them all? I really don't want to breed my one of one. Okay, so if you want my personal advice without it being like financial advice or anything like that, it's not. But my personal advice would be, yeah, if you have unbred NFTs, just breed them. As far as your one of one goes, I would not breed that unless I breed it with another one of one. That's just me. You can do whatever you want, but if you want my advice, I would say breed them. A bred NFT it has more of a functionality value than an unbred one, right? Because we're gonna support Shiba Doge in the future seasons and in this season, and you know, obviously, you're not gonna be able to participate if you don't have those Shiba Doges, right? So the more Shiba Doges you have, the more you'll be able to get out of them. So yeah, I would recommend, if you can breed them, just breed them. But like I said, people, there will always be a market out there for people who are looking for unbred NFTs too. So there's that. Obviously, when the Armory comes out too here in the coming weeks, that's going to change the entire game. So we're already pretty deep into conversations about like the legendary items and the functionality that's going to happen with them. And we have some pretty crazy ideas for some of the things that we're going to release, both in the crates that are going to be revealing and both in the Armory with a lot of the functional items that are going to be coming out. They're going to be coming out much sooner than expected. So just wanted to throw that out there that, our ecosystem is going to grow. There is going to be a new product that's going to be announced probably in the next couple of weeks. And, being a part of our ecosystem and holding our NFTs and participating in the war zones is going to also give you a direct line of sight in all of the products and all of the future launches that will be a part of the Shiba Doge Labs ecosystem. So just want to throw that out there. There are some very big surprises coming and some very big things that are going to shake the tree and get things popping pretty quickly. Sonny says, Leo, would Shiba Doge NFTs get SD as well as burn or only burn? For now, they're only going to be getting burned. In the future, they will be getting other stuff probably. There will be different functionality. We're keeping it open-ended because we want a lot of the accessibility with the Shiba Doge NFTs to happen with equipables. So when people are claiming their equipables, we want to be able to have different equipables that have different abilities, right? So it's like you could put on an equipable that'll maybe double your rewards, or maybe you could put on an equipable that also gives you Shiba Doge as a reward, or gives you different currencies that are going to be added into the pools in the future. So we want to keep it a little bit open-ended as far as that goes. So yeah, it's just much easier for us to be able to track the burn participants using the Shiba Doge NFTs, because for a fact that a Shiba Doge contained at one point a Shiba army and a Doge army. So it just makes it much easier for us. And it also makes it so that we're able to get our foot through the door with the ERC 1155s and be able to start implementing and testing and doing a lot of cool things with it just by having support for it so early on.
Cool. Got a question on YouTube. So they're asking what are you guys doing to increase volume by adding it to more exchanges?
Right. So we have a pretty nice marketing exercise that we're starting. I believe I talked about this like 2 weeks ago or something like that on Twitter Spaces when we had one of our guests. We have something very big that we're working on. I don't want to announce it right now. The only reason I'm not announcing it right now is because, firstly, we don't want anyone to copy it, which is the biggest thing. Secondly, we are going to pretty much surprise everybody with what we've got going. I think everybody is on the same page as far as like, hey, something big needs to happen here. We've been consolidating for quite a while now, and we had a lot of things up our sleeve, but you guys know how we always say, if we don't have the right timing for something, we're just going to keep biting our tongue and keep holding our horses until the timing is right. And right now, let's be real, like what happened in the past 2 weeks really opened our eyes, and we as a team learned a lot. And what we learned was the complete opposite of what we thought, right? What I thought was, I was like, okay, this is what I thought. I was like, oh, nobody is really as active in the DEX space like they were a year ago. And I always was thinking, okay, something is going to happen in the next 3 to 12 months that's going to bring a lot of action back. And obviously we saw what happened with the whole Pepe push and, all these influencers talking about Pepe and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And in in pretty much a bear market, it's still considered a bear market. In a bear market, we saw a meme coin come from nothing and hit like close to a $2 billion market cap. Now, that's not the impressive thing. That's not what impressed me. What impressed me was the amount of people and the amount of action that there actually was back in the space. So what does that prove? That proves that there is eyes still in the space as big as there were a year ago. You get what I'm saying? So just because ETH is half the price that it was last year at this time, doesn't mean that there's half the user base. So everybody right now is looking for that next run, right? Let's be real. Like at the end of the day, I can release 100 utilities. At the end of the day, I can release 100 catalysts. But it doesn't matter if I release 100 utilities or 100 catalysts. That's not what people want. What people want is something that they can follow, right? They want that snowball effect. That's the only thing that really truly makes things go parabolic. Yeah, we can continue building. Yeah, we can continue introducing new utilities, and that's amazing for the longevity of the project, and it creates keeps the floors balanced, and it keeps you growing, and it makes it so that you actually have stuff rather than not having stuff. So that we're still going to continue doing that. That's number one goal. But what we learned over the past 2 weeks or the past 3 weeks is there's 200,000+ to 500,000+ people out there that are still fully committed and fully in love with the space, or whether they're in love with it or not, doesn't matter. They're active in the space. So we sat and whiteboarded and we wrote things down for days, for weeks. We came back, we erased stuff, we double thought it, we rewrote it. And we've come to a few conclusions as to like what needs to be done in order to penetrate like all of the action that's been going on right now. And we've got a very solid plan. And not only have we got a solid plan, this is something that we've been working on in the background for a few, not a few years, but over a year. In the background, we've been working on something. We didn't plan on introducing this anytime soon because it's such a big development. But we figured like, hey, like why not use the secret gun, right? Why not use the secret weapon that we've been working on and nobody knows about, and kind of like surprise everyone and kind of revolutionize everything all over again. So I mean, yeah, you heard it from my mouth first, I guess. There is a secret weapon. There's something that we've been really dedicating a lot of time and resources on, like when we could. But like I said, we didn't plan on releasing this development or this utility or whatever anytime soon. But since the markets are the way that they are and the action is the way that it is, I think timing is right. So we're putting a finalized plan together, and I think a lot of you guys are going to be blown away by what it is. I mean, it's not like a gimmicky thing where it's like, hey, if you're a Shiba Doge holder, you're going to like it and it's going to be cool. It's if you're a person who has a phone, and if you're a person who uses your phone for anything other than texting and calling people, you're going to be like, holy shit, I want to be a part of this, right? So it's what we're introducing is not only curated. Like a lot of what we've introduced in the past year has been almost all curated to our community, right? To the Shiba Doge community, to the Burn community, to our NFT community. But what we haven't introduced in over a year is something that's for the global audience, for everybody. And I think that's what we're going to be aiming to do with this next tech release. And when I say it's something big, I'm not just saying it just to say it and sound like a bullish clown. That's not what I'm trying to go for. When I say it's big, I mean, it's big because I still can't believe we were able to build something like this, right? So it's a very interesting time. And I do truly think it can create a snowball effect because of honestly what we've learned in the past month. And not only what we've learned, but the people that we've talked to. I've been talking to a lot of people, obviously, as you guys could see over our past 4 weeks with the AMAs that we've been having with people on Twitter Spaces. A lot of these guys, they kind of know what they're talking about. A lot of these guys are very connected with the marketing side of things in our industry. So I've been talking to a lot of big names in terms of, you know, influencers, and in terms of kind of like, hey, we have this idea and we want to do X, Y, and Z, and we want to be able to penetrate X, Y, and Z million of people, right? Whatever. And we're putting together a plan for it. We're putting together a team for it. And what I mean by a team for it is like third-party contractors, as far as like, it's not just going to be me and Max and the Shill army kind of shilling this and bringing it to life. It's going to be me, Max, and everybody and their mom, and all these influencers and all this stuff hopping on board too, right? So we've got something pretty crazy planned. And when I say like it's for the global audience, yes, it's for the global audience. But what I also mean by it being big for like season 3 is, if you're participating in season 3 and you're an NFT holder or whatever, whether you're participating or not, just being an NFT holder, it's going to give you an advantage and a foot through the door as to like, hey, you know, like you guys are going to be able to benefit from what we have been working on and are bringing to the table. So that, you know, there's that too. And I think there's a lot to be excited for. I know a lot of it is open-ended, where you're like, Leo, you're telling us a lot, but you're not really telling us shit. And honestly, that's the plan, right? I'm not going to say anything because it is a massive development. Like I said, man, and Elon Vitalik is saying faucet. No, it's not a faucet. It's something pretty crazy. So yeah, man. Sonny says, I want to get Leo drunk so he could get all his secrets out. The only thing you'll get out of me if you get me drunk is you probably just have to take care of me, because I'm probably going to just fall asleep. But no, man. I mean, you guys know us. We don't like staying behind the curve. We either like setting the trend or we like reimagining the trend. And in this sense, what we've done is we've connected two of the strongest trending things in the world right now. And I'm not talking about meme coins. I'm talking about tech. We were able to connect and merge two of the strongest and most viral tech phenomena together. And we were able to create something pretty massive for, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say more, but yeah, that's pretty much the gist of things, guys.
So yesterday I was speaking to someone and they were like, what's going on with the burn token? Because, you know, that's nothing's happening according to them. So I just wanted to know what's happening with that.
Sorry, Roof. Once I was reading a message. So then about the burn token you were asking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because there's been a couple of we said we're gonna have a couple of AMAs regarding the burn token, but we haven't had one yet. So I just feel like,
yeah, I know, man. I know. So burn is still definitely 100% getting a facelift. That's something that we really wanted to do earlier. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It is something we wanted to do a lot earlier. But we bit off a bit more than we could chew with like the whole Armory stuff and the whole EFTs. And it was a lot more work than we thought that it was going to be. So we started prioritizing things, and we started getting things done in a more organized order, just so we can actually get it done instead of having to work on 300 things at the same time and not get anything done. So we prioritized that. So the burn stuff kind of got a little bit delayed, but we do definitely have a big plan for what the whole re-imaging, the rebranding, and vision moving forward for Burn actually is. Me and Peter were actually talking a little bit about it today too, earlier on. It's not going to be a relaunch or anything like that, so nobody freak out. We're not doing that. What it is going to be is it's going to be more of like a grand reopening, right? And what I mean by that is obviously like Burn is sitting at a very healthy liquidity to market cap ratio. So when people are looking at projects and they look at that, they're going to be extremely pleased. And the market cap is at a very very comfortable entry point for a lot of people, right? When a lot of people are looking at projects and they look at something and they see like a $4 million market cap, they're like, all right, cool, like this is perfect. Like there's a lot of room to grow. And they'll look at a project that's at like a 500 million market cap, and they might think to themselves, they might say, and for me to double my money, this thing needs to reach $1 billion market cap. So as far as like the level of burn goes, as far as like what it's worth, I think it's very appealing to people still. So there's no need to do any type of relaunch or nothing like that. That's out of the question. What is the main thing that's going to be happening with Burn is going to be a rebranding, a restructuring of the roadmap. We're still going to be on deflationary.com. We're still going to be pushing to be the most deflationary token on the planet. But the structuring and the vision for it is definitely going to need to change. And we have some pretty massive plans for it. But since I'm just being truthfully honest with you guys. Since we actually bit off more than what we could chew, like we just needed to prioritize things to get things done in an orderly fashion, and that's what we've been doing. So that's still on the agenda. That's still something that needs to happen, and that's still something that is going to happen.
And to follow up on that, the burn card. I mean, some people are saying we've got the burn card, but like, what's the advantage of us holding them? It's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, so the burn card it still always has the utility that it has as far as it being a liquid NFT. But since we're talking about burn cards, we're going to be talking about something that is going to be tiered. And Alex has the demographic and all the information on this. I don't know when he wants to release it, but for something that we have coming up as well, we've created a tier list, and the tier list goes a little bit of something like, I'm not going to tell you guys exactly what the tier list is called or anything like that, just because I can't even remember off the top of my head, but the tier list goes a little bit something like, hey, if you own a Doge Army, you fall into this tier. If you own a Doge Army and a Shiba Army, you fall into this tier. If you own a Shiba Army, you fall into this tier. Like, and when I mean this tier, there's like different tiers of stuff. If you own a Doge Army, Shiba Army, and a Doge Army, and a Doge Army, Shiba Army, and a Shiba Doge NFT, then you fall into another certain tier. And if you own a burn card, you're automatically in the highest possible tier possible that you can get. It's a tier of its own. So there's something coming. Damn. There's something coming that is going. Yeah, exactly. So it's going to include. This is what I mean when I mean like the season 3 is going to be very interesting. A lot of I just explained what the tiers and you owning certain NFTs puts you in certain tiers and certain rewards and certain things that you'll be able to claim and all these surprises that are coming. Burn card is 100% included in the talks of that, and quite frankly, burn card is automatically at the top of the tier list in a tier of its own. So for anybody thinking that we forgot about burn card holders, we did not. Burn card is still probably one of the, if not the most exclusive NFT in our ecosystem, and will always be one of the most exclusive NFTs in our ecosystem. So there's a lot of big things coming with burn card, especially with these dynamic seasons of Warzone that we're having, where things keep changing and new support keeps coming up. I wouldn't be surprised if we start supporting burn cards into our future seasons. So there's a lot of big developments that we have visualized. And yeah, go ahead. Somebody have a question?
I think that was a hot mic. I don't know. He just disappeared.
Yeah, probably.
I got some more questions,
Says,
but
please don't forget. Yeah, go ahead. If you have more questions,
no,
go ahead.
it's all right. I mean, whenever you're ready, bro.
No, I'm ready.
Yeah. So on YouTube, I'm looking at a question. Why is ShibaDoge not available on Coinbase wallet?
I don't know, bro. That's
I'm sure it is.
not a
I'm sure it
question
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you not advertising on Dex Tools? That's the other question.
I mean, like banners and stuff, or what
Yeah.
do they mean by that?
I think
we do advertise on Dex Tools. So the Dex Tools banners are something that I can't even see anymore. So anybody who has a ad blocker on their computer does not see a single advertisement on Dex Tools. So it's irrelevant in a sense. The only good advertisement that you get on Dex Tools is when you're trending 1 through 10. That's the only viable ad campaign that works on Dex Tools. So anything else is kind of irrelevant. And before, I'm going to be honest with you guys, there was a way where you can actually get on that trending tool fairly easily. So a lot of people were manipulating it, and a lot of people were kind of just, they were typically just manipulating it and putting their own projects on there. But since then, Dex Tools has made a lot of changes, and now everything that you see on the hot pairs is all organic and all algorithm based again, like it used to be before people found a way to exploit it, and before people found a way to they were selling spots and whatever and this and that. So that doesn't happen anymore. But more or less, I mean, we're going to be advertising everywhere, but the absolute most valuable place to advertise is going to end up ultimately being Twitter at all times. That's where most people find out about things that are happening in crypto anyway. And by the way, for anybody wondering, we did get our yellow check mark back today. We are paying $1,000 a month for it. In the process of that, we were able to get into live contact with the support agent at Twitter. We have our own personalized rep now. So anytime we ever have any issues, we have 24-hour support, no waiting, no nothing. We have our own personalized support agent. And our Twitter account was indeed shadow banned. So 99% of our content wasn't even being shown to people because of Twitter's algorithms before Elon took over. And today, or yesterday actually, they lifted that, they fixed it. We'll never have that problem again. And that's something that I'm super happy about.
Nice. One more question.
Yep.
One more question here. Can we get on MEXC exchange? I'm noticing the new memes are driving loads of volume through this exchange.
MEXC, yeah, that is a good one. So there's a couple that we want to get on. MEXC is definitely one of them, and the other one that we really want to get on in the short term is I can't even say it. Huobi. I can't pronounce it, but
yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard of that one.
Yeah,
Huobi or something.
Yeah, for sure, man. Something has been going on with those exchanges as far as like a lot of these new meme coins that have been launching. They have been going on there. I don't know whether that's because there's like a certain listing agent that's getting them all on, or if they're changing their rules on who to allow on the exchange. But I'd rather get on Huobi first before MEXC if I were to have the option. I mean, we are definitely going to be announcing another exchange listing pretty soon.
Cool. That's YouTube done.
Hi, Leo.
Hey, buddy.
Leo, I have a question related to my NFT. I won 5 pair NFT from minting event in January, and I haven't received them yet. Can you please help?
What was that last part? You're cutting off just a little bit.
I won 5 pair NFT from anniversary minting event in January, and I haven't received them yet.
So you participated in the minting event and you won an NFT, you haven't received it yet?
Yeah. I mint 10, and one of them was the winning NFT. I mean, I won 5 pair.
You're Bora E. Musk, right? That's who you are here. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna send you a message right now. Tell me if you got it. I just sent you a DM. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, cool. All right. So just keep that chat open. That's the real me, just in case, so the wrong person doesn't DM you and scam you or anything. But just send me in text what you need, and I'll look into it.
Yeah. I tried to ask you before. It's not that I'm not just asked. I know it's been like 4 months already. And
gotcha. So the reason why I'm saying is I'm looking at like my chat history with you, and I can send you chat history too, but there's probably 10 different people that have sent me the same screenshot with 10 different usernames, and they've been saying the same thing. So
yeah, I have a talk to Ruth about it, and he also mentioned that. I fully understand, but this is I really the one who win this. So like with this winning, you, in order to find my address, you need to go to the ShibaArmy number, like for example 7548.
Yeah,
is the winning number, and then get into my wallet. And I just want to know like if what is the problem with it or something, so I can understand. And Ruth also mentioned that one of the team said they already sent out a long time ago, and I just want to prove myself that I never got them.
You never got it. Okay.
You can look in the history, because it's in contract. Everything is recorded. So
yeah,
I hope
for
you
sure.
can help me with that. Yeah.
Okay. No. Now that I've spoken to you on voice, it's completely different. But like when you must have probably posted this in the general chat or something at one point, because like 10 different people, maybe 15 different people sent me this and were claiming that that they never got it. So anytime I saw this screenshot or anything, I would always just disregard it because I thought it was people trying to troll me or something. But definitely I'll be in contact with you after, and we'll figure this out for you.
Okay, thank you very much, and I appreciate your time.
No problem. Thank you. Yep.
Hey, Leo.
What's up, brother?
So the Shiba Doge NFTs cannot be deployed right now. They cannot be put on active duty, right?
The Shiba Doge, no, not initially right now. Probably like 2 weeks they will be able to.
So it's showing 12 on active duty right now.
The Shiba Doge or Shiba Army?
Yeah, the Shiba Doge Army.
Okay, let me
Yeah,
check. That's
I
probably-
just posted the picture again.
Let me see. It's 4:14 here, so oh shit, I didn't even realize it's past 4. Give me 2 seconds. Let me see if they went live already. Okay, I just sent the DM to our people. Let me see if it's live. They told me it's supposed to go live like right at 4, but I want to confirm. Where do you see it when you go into the contract? When you go into the Ether scan for it?
I just was on there, and it shows 6 Shiba and 6 Doge, and then below it says 12 Shiba Doge.
It's pretty weird.
So I don't know if it's counting the 6 and the 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
You said you sent a screenshot, right? Let me see here.
but I think it's live because I could have. They wanted like $400 for me to stake.
ShibaDogeArmy, I could do. Okay. Let me send them the screenshot and see what it means. How much did it want for you to stake? 600?
400.
For how many
400.
NFTs?
40.
Yeah, gas is ridiculous right now, dude. That's why don't rush. Just wait for when gas is low.
Yeah, for my 20, it was like $250 because it's not reading my ShibaDoge yet.
For how many?
20. And then I've got like the ShibaDogeArmy that it's not reading yet because it's not active yet.
Yeah, this is why more than likely the future seasons, they're probably all going to be on Matic or on Polygon, just because you'll, instead of paying $600 for gas, you'll probably pay like 60 cents and still get everything the same way. Which is like shit, man, for the Ethereum network to be charging this much in transaction fees. It's honestly ridiculous.
It'd be kind of cool if we could just leave it in the staking seasons and then you won't have to take it out. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, that would be. So what we actually experimented with building is like a evacuate function, where what it'll do is, like, if we call that function, I don't think it's built into this yet. We wanted to build it in, and once we run the evacuate function, what it'll do is it'll send every NFT out of the staking contract back to the address that it came from. So that might solve a lot of issues for people having to pay gas to take their NFTs out, but it wouldn't fix the issue with like people going in and claiming their tokens, right? So
would you have any issues using Coinbase or MetaMask for Polygon or anything?
Like the wallet, you mean?
Yeah.
MetaMask, I know for a fact, works 100%. Okay. The Coinbase Web3 wallet should work too, but I have to double check on that. But I know, like, for a fact, we want to do that already starting season 4. We typically wanted to do that already by season 3, but it's a little bit of a puzzle to figure out how to get everything to work exactly right. But I mean, it's not like impossible. We've figured out a way to do it. Now the tricky thing is figuring out a way to have it support the ERC 1155 equipables. So we're working on finishing coding on that. And once that's possible, then we'll be able to like have all future future seasons happen on the Matic network, where you guys will be able to just, deploy your NFTs on Polygon, and then all your rewards and everything will still be the same, and you'll be able to claim it on ETH. So it'll save a lot of people a lot of gas fees. Almost 99.9% of gas fees will be diminished at that point.
Sweet.
Yo, cousin KK.
What's up, brother?
Brother, how you doing? Obviously,
Doing good, bro.
everything you're saying is bullish. We love it. We're waiting for it. Just a quick question. What sort of leniency do we have as far as Warzone and gas fees? Are we talking a day, 2 days? What do we have?
So that's the thing, bro. Like, that's why, since I know gas is ridiculous, so that's why I haven't announced anything as far as like, hey, we're gonna have a end season reward for the people who stake throughout the entire season or whatever. Like, I haven't announced anything because I don't know if we're gonna do anything like that yet. Because I don't want it to be unfair to people. Be like, some people might not want to participate right now because they're like, hey, I want to wait like a week or a day or whatever just to make sure I can get the best possible entry on gas. So I think we'll just get a little bit more creative and do something for the broader audience of everybody that just participated in the Warzone as a whole, rather than, we may still do something for the people who participated in day one. I don't know. But I'm just being clear right now that it's not finalized, and I wouldn't rush you or tell you to stake day one or week one. Just take your time, find a good day where gas is low, and that's when you guys should deploy. If you participate in the majority of the season, then I think it should be good enough. If we end up doing like some reward style DFT or anything like that at the end of the season, we're not going to be nitty gritty and penny pinching about it and be like, hey, you guys didn't stake day one, so you're not qualified. We're not going to do that, because we do know that gas is ridiculous right now.
Super. That helps out a lot. And
yeah, for sure, man.
Is that 120 days firm for season 3 length?
Yeah, so it's going to be a staged thing. So season 3 will be 120 days. We're going to be staging it out in 3 different stages as of right now. There may be 4, depending on how things go. So we may add a full feature to it. But there are going to be. This is going to be pretty interesting because we've never done a stage rollout in an adaptive season, and I think this is going to be a good way for us to kind of like experiment with how the seasons can change moving forward and how they can get adaptive and honestly progressively better over time. And we're going to be introducing some new features this season, so something to look out for.
Nice, brother. Sounds good. Thank you for everything.
For sure, brother. Thank you. And for the people who are like, writing in chat or whatever, saying like, hey, I'm only getting X amount, it's not worth for me to pay the gas and participate in the Warzone or whatever. That's completely up to you guys, man. I'm not going to tell you whether you should or you shouldn't. The main thing that I will tell you guys, though, is a lot of what you think is worth or not worth is based on current price and current market cap. So if you're saying, oh, it's not worth it now, and for example, let's say 3 months from now or whatever, or a year from now even, we're sitting at a ridiculous price and a ridiculous market cap, you're not gonna say, hey, I wish I participated in that war zone because whatever I had accumulated during that is worth X, Y, and Z now. Don't beat yourself up for it. And whether it's worth it to you or not, that's a decision that you're gonna have to make for yourself. And for me personally, I think it's worth it because it's just generating free tokens for me at the end of the day when you think about it, minus the transaction fee to get in. But honestly, we don't control the transaction fee. And if I could control it, I'd put it to zero. I don't benefit at all from gas being high, trust me. Elon Vitalik says, is it possible to change our ticker to SD or SHBDGE? Our hashtag can appear on the socials. So, yeah, man, I do want to do that for sure because hashtag is pretty important. And now that we're not shadow banned on Twitter anymore, we can finally start doing some big Twitter pushes that won't be swept under the table. So yeah, I think having a ticker change is a solid move, but since it's already on the blockchain, we won't be able to change it on the blockchain. What we can do is probably change it on our socials, and that's probably the closest we'll be able to get to changing it. But the only way for us to change our ticker would be to do a new contract, and that's not going to happen. So as far as changing the ticker on DEX, it's not possible, but we can change it on our socials and stuff. So depending on what Alex thinks, I'm sorry, not Alex, what Max thinks is the right move, we'll probably just go ahead and do that. We'll probably just change it on our socials and start having, like the Shillarmy and whatnot, just use the hashtag SD or use the hashtag ShibaDoge with, less than 6 characters. But yeah, not being shadow banned on Twitter is huge. I don't know if you guys remember, but we were getting pretty crazy traction and pretty crazy interaction with our Twitter. And immediately once it got shadow banned, we knew it got shadow banned. I think I came up here and talked about it too, like the same week that it happened. And we were posting stuff and it was just not even showing up on the feed at all. So yeah, man, this is a game changer again. It costs $1,000 a month, but I'll pay $2,000 a month. I don't care to make sure we don't get shadow banned. It's way more valuable to be able to get our word out there. And then guys, tomorrow we're supposed to have Adam Shelton coming on to our Twitter spaces, but I tried confirming with him today and he still hasn't replied back to my message. So hopefully he replies. If not, it's probably just going to be me. Kind of weird that he's not replying, but I don't have a backup. But if he doesn't respond by tomorrow, I'll try to find a backup, or I'll just solo the Twitter space tomorrow, I guess.
I would say believes is a good one to look. I've got contact with him.
Okay.
He's definitely one that we should be looking into because he's got a lot of the big communities that watch him.
Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having him on.
Or I can talk to him if you want and see what he says.
Yeah, for sure. Put the word out there. If you need to make a group chat with me, you can do that too.
Cool. We've got to do the burn competition as well, the buy event. So
yeah, you gotta spin the wheel today, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So let's
do that.
Let's do it, man. Let's get it done. Okay.
ShibaDoge Tate says, so Leo, are we going hard on marketing? Yes, we are going to start going hard on marketing. So Max is putting together a pretty large plan for when we announce the big thing that I was talking about. When that thing gets announced and when that thing gets pretty much put into circulation, we're going to be pushing it extremely hard, and we're going to do a huge campaign. And now that we're not blocked on Twitter, shadow banned on Twitter, we can confidently have a large Twitter campaign.
Cool. Guys, I'm just gonna shuffle it. So here we go. I'm just shuffling all the wallets.
So
as you can see.
what are we doing here? Are we picking one winner, or how many winners are we picking?
Oh, it's one winner. So we're gonna pick the wallet first, and then I'm gonna open another one, and it's gonna show all the prizes. So I'm just shuffling her up just so that everyone can see. It's all being shuffled, and then I'm gonna do the spin. Here we go. Good luck, guys. One lucky winner. There we go. That's the winner. So
BB92C.
yeah, have you noted it down, Leo?
I'm writing it right now.
Okay.
BB92C. That's, you have the full wallet address by any chance?
Yeah, I'll send you that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just I didn't put it on the
noted.
yeah, I just didn't put it on the wheel because people
That's
don't
fine.
wanna so now okay. Go on to the second wheel. Here are the prizes, guys, as you can see. Quite
See what the prizes are. No, Peter probably submitted these. So you get $100 in burn tokens, $10 in burn tokens, $1,000 in burn tokens, one Shiba Army NFT. You got a Doge Army NFT. You got a pair of them. And one unrevealed Shiba Army NFT. 5 unrevealed Shiba Army NFTs. $500 and $250 in burn tokens. $500 in Shiba Doge and burn, and the grand prize. And what's the grand prize? $7,000 in burn is what it was.
yeah. It's like double the top price. Top buy. It was about
Okay.
something like that, yeah, about 7.
Right.
So
Let's get a
yeah,
grand
man.
prize here, baby.
It's gonna be one lucky person, you know. Don't matter what you win. I'm shuffling it up, guys, as you can see. Just shuffling it. And then I'm gonna hit it. Here we go. Good luck. 500,
Let's
man.
get a grand prize.
500 in Shiba Doge tokens.
In Shiba Doge and in burn, right?
No.
Yeah.
Shiba.
Yeah. It says $500
Oh,
in Shiba Doge and $500
oh,
in burn.
damn.
So $1,000, maybe.
Or is it you, nobody?
I am not telling, man.
I won.
I was in there as well. But I guess I'm unlucky, man.
So Leo, when we
Yes.
deploy our Shiba Doge NFTs, are we going still to be able to like play with them when the Armory
Yes.
open?
Yes. Yes, you'll still be able to have full control of being able to customize and equip, unequip. You'll be able to do everything. The only things that you won't be able to do with them is transfer them. So you won't be able to send it to another wallet, or you won't be able to sell it unless you unstake them first.
Leo, Cousin KK again.
What's up, cousin?
A couple of questions. It's probably been covered, but I missed like the first 13 minutes of the little chat here. Is there a list of awards that we'll sort of get for the Warzone?
Yeah, so the first initial list, I think it's pinned. It's not pinned, but could somebody real quick forward it into the chat so it could be there? So the first initial list is released. That's purely just for Shiba Doge token. It's pretty much all the same except for the privates. The privates are the reward got cut in half. And then what I was telling people is like, we don't take and give. So what's going to happen is, since there is staged rollouts and there are new things that are being introduced, a lot of the new stuff that's going to be coming will in turn, kind of like fill that void that people are going to be missing with having, the rewards for the privates be cut in half. So there are a lot of cool things that are coming in the adaptive season. So I don't want anybody to freak out and be like, hey, you guys cut my rewards for the privates in half. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, we we had to, because a lot of math is put into these seasons and what we're trying to accomplish with them. But we're not just taking away and not giving anything. There are going to be a lot of cool stuff and a lot of things that people are going to be able to get out of their privates moving forward, especially in this coming season even.
Nice. You guys are always giving some good stuff, so that doesn't surprise me. Now, as far as burn, do we still not get reflections on burn?
Yeah, so burn is not going to support reflections, bro. ShibaDoge is our reflection token. We've talked about trying to implement something for burn as far as reflections go, but I don't think it's the right move for it, especially considering the taxes on burn are virtually almost zero. I think they're at 0.4%. Yeah. So even if there were reflections, they wouldn't be meaningful at all, because the percentage value of it is just already so low. So even if there were reflections, you wouldn't even notice them.
Right. No, fair enough. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, I mean, there's a lot to be excited for in the next few weeks, bro. There's a lot of secrecy and a lot of under the table stuff that we've been working on. Like I said, if you missed the first half, I don't know if you caught this part or not, but there's something we've been working on for over a year, just, in the background, behind the curtains, nothing crazy, not even anything we planned to release anytime soon, but we knew it's like a secret weapon, and we were holding it in our back pocket just when like the market started picking back up. So we had something really extremely revolutionary and bullish to release. But since, the meme coin revolution is kind of like starting in a sense, and there's a lot of action and a lot of eyes on the space, I think we came to a conclusion that right now is the perfect time to kind of start rolling this thing out. So over the next few weeks, we're going to be introducing a new product and a new addition to our ecosystem, and I think it's going to be something extremely massive and something extremely viral. When I say viral, I truly think that the entire internet will be talking about it. And Peter just sent me a text saying, should we mention the BNB bridge in the AMA? He asked me. I'm not going to technically mention it, but what I will mention about it is we're very close to finalizing a bridge to BNB. So I know a lot of people have been asking for that. I know an answer that I've been giving to a lot of people is we're not going to do it until we figure out the correct way of doing it, and our developers have figured out the correct way of doing it. So I think we're going to be pulling our weight here and moving forward on that here pretty soon.
Man, that sounds great. Thank you.
Yep.
I just sent you the wallet and the person that won. I'm happy he won because he's quite he's a diamond and man.
Can you forward that? Can you forward that to
Peter?
To Peter, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, man, I definitely missed having these Telegram chats, dude. Twitter is fun, don't get me wrong, but this is just different. This is more like intimate compared to Twitter, where it's like, I don't know. I feel like Twitter is just good for exposure.
Yeah, for sure. We also got the Shilling competition winners. I'll be pitting that soon. That's all done.
So, what's the current state of the Shill army, Roof? Like, as far as like the strength of it goes, if we need it to be full force, going hard on some stuff, we're in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna have full access to that, right?
Yeah, the Shill army kind of changed now.
Okay.
So, like, because of the gas, 3 weeks hasn't been paid yet. So that's kind of a lot of them are just not shilling right now. Secondly, we're actually teaching them now. We've got a ShibaDoge shilling school. So in order not to spam Twitter, we're actually getting them individually to make their own tweets, comments, right? And that takes understanding the project. So they are making their own comments, different comments. So for example, each shiller has to do 35 Twitter comments a day. They have to make the comments. They have to make them more different, and then they have to go and obviously comment on Twitter. So that's much more. It's much different than having just a load of shillers that were just copying and pasting a lot.
Yeah,
it's more.
I think that's what gets you shadowban too. Is like if it looks like it's a bunch of like the same content, which I don't think we'll ever get shadowbanned again because we now have like a personalized rep and someone to work with. So obviously we're not doing anything wrong, but yeah, I think that's what kind of like throws out red flags is when a lot of the content is all the same and it's just. But yeah, no, I mean we're definitely going to need the Shill army to help out with this next push that we're going to be putting together.
Yeah. So
and one more thing, guys, like more community members are more active now on Twitter. You can see that, especially in the main chat and main account on Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, our community members are still very active if you think about it. I mean, like we have 50 people in there right now. That's pretty big.
Yeah, and while they're here, I mean, I'd advise everyone, I'd ask everyone to go on our official Twitter page, go on, like it, comment, retweet it. Do that daily, guys, because the community is what's going to push this project to the next level, you know. The devs can make all the utilities. If the community isn't pushing it, then, you know, like other communities are pushing it. So we need all the community on Twitter, on the official account, commenting, retweeting, you know, 5-10 minutes a day. That's it. You know?
Yeah, it's not even that long. It's like while you're sitting on the bathroom for 2 minutes or whatever, just go retweet something.
Exactly. There's 45 people in here. I mean, if all of you like just go to our official Twitter account now and just look at the last tweets and just go and comment, retweet it, give it a love. That's all you need to do. And if you can, obviously go and comment on the other project, like influencers. Just go and comment something about ShibaDoge. Have a conversation. You know. That's what I've been doing a lot as well. I've been on Twitter for the last couple of weeks, just chit chatting. You know, it's social media platform, right? You go and engage with people, get to know. You can kind of soft shell.
Like it goes to show, like a lot of people, like from the outside perspective, when they look in, they're like, "Oh, it's easy to run a project. It's easy to do this." It's not. It takes a lot of teamwork, right? Not just from the devs, but also from the people who are a part of your community. It takes a lot of teamwork, and if it's not there, then it makes things a lot more difficult. But when the chemistry is there, and everything starts working seamlessly, and everything happens more organically, and the growth happens more organically, which I'm not complaining about our growth. Our growth is still very good.
Yeah.
Obviously, all eyes right now are on what people talk about on Twitter. And let's be real, everybody on Twitter is talking about Pepe. Like that's what's trending. That's what's trending. It doesn't matter to me. To me, Pepe trending is nothing but beneficial for us as well. The reason why that is true is because it's just bringing people back into, well, they never really left if you think about it, but it's just bringing people's attention back into this space, back into this market. So as a whole, like whether it's Pepe trending or whether it's Elon's foot token or whatever the hell else people launch, it doesn't matter what pops off and what trends and what catches everyone's attention. The important thing is that it catches the attention in this space, and projects like us that have been doing things right and building the proper reputation and taking the right steps into building a bright future for our community, we're going to be benefiting from this no matter what, because we're in it for the long run. We're not just here to see like one quick pump and then be like, bye everybody. Like, no, that's not what we're all about. What we're all about is like building a sustainable future and building a sustainable project in the community. And you know, we'll have our amazing days, and then we'll have our shitty days, and we'll have our normal days, and then we'll have our amazing days again, and that cycle will continue repeating until we're 10 years from now or whatever, 50 years from now. It doesn't matter. But the point is, every dog has his day, and every project sees the light at one point, and when the light stops shining, most of them close up shop and they're gone. And that's not what we're about. I think our light is going to shine brighter than it ever has, and I think we've weathered the storm. And it's all about weathering the storm, right? And like we've always talked about, you know, when the bull market ends, and when the bear market ends, yeah, it's still a bear market, but we're on an uptrend now, considering that we have attention back into our sector. And now that we have attention back into our sector, like our marketing isn't going to go to waste, because people actually care about the Memecoin space now again. And with the new stuff we're going to be working on and new stuff that we're going to be releasing, like we're going to be able to grab a lot of people's attention. And I think we could drive a lot of value and a lot of eyes and a lot of clicks and a lot of buys and a lot of sells and a lot of whatever else back into the ShibaDoge ecosystem. And it's not like we're driving people here just to be like, we got them. It's like, hey, like we're helping you discover a really cool part of Web3 that you probably didn't even know existed, but when you find it, you're like, dang, like I love this place. So that's what it's all about. And I think that's always what it's going to be about, is just doing the right things when everybody else is doing the wrong thing. And we, as a collective, do a pretty good job at it.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, Leo, did you saw the Superman video?
Did I what?
Superman video.
What Superman video?
Check the main chat. I'm going to forward. Here he is.
Oh, let's see.
That's our man Elon Vitalik for you. He gets it done.
I'm watching it right now. That's pretty cool. Is that a cameo?
No, it's him. It's the real guy.
Yeah, I know it's the real guy. That's cool. I'm saving that. Good shit, Elon Vitalik. That's awesome. Love that. What was this guy's name?
Roof knows the name. He's
I
a
just
superhero.
know him as Superman. He is. I've known
I think his name was Dean Cain.
Dean Cain. Yeah.
Dean King. Yeah, there we go.
Superman, Lois and Clark, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I just know him as Clark, man, and Superman.
Dean Cain. That's funny.
At first, I didn't even recognize him. I was like, "Who's this guy?" It looks a lot different now.
I thought he was wearing a Shiba Doge shirt for a second because the skull on his shirt looked like our skull logo for a moment. I was like, wait, where'd he get that?
Yeah, did you see that MMA fighter was wearing the ShibaDoge bandana?
Oh, yeah.
Some people were complaining about that, saying it's not real. Why did we do that? Is it real, Leo, or not?
No, man, of course it's not real.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
I sent a message to Joe Rogan saying, "Hey, you're MMA. You should come on board."
You know KSI, guys. You must know that guy. He's all over the place.
Yeah, KSI.
Yeah, I used to watch him when I was a kid, like his gaming videos and stuff.
I was never really interested in that guy, man. I don't know why. I just didn't like him. I don't know.
Because he used to be like really loud and obnoxious. That's probably why.
Yeah, I just didn't ever. Every time I saw him, I was like, quickly get away. I don't like this guy. Got a bad vibe.
Yeah, it's all attention seeking, isn't it? You gotta have that attention on you.
Hello.
What up, Top? Hello, mate.
Yeah. Oh, what's everyone up to?
Bro, we're playing Duck Duck Goose.
Who's it?
I guess it's me. It's always me. I'm always the goose. How you doing, bro?
Good, man. When I sniff, when people say the season 3 is coming, yeah, I sniffed that out. Let's go.
Yes, sir. It's live now, actually, guys.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Don't rush the steak, though. Gas is high. Gas is ridiculous, man.
I wanted to mint out all my Shiba Doge because, just didn't want to. Couldn't be bothered doing it mid-season.
Yeah, I was actually talking about that earlier. Like, if you have some, like, I would recommend minting because you're gonna be able to use them in the season as well. You're gonna be able to put them into Warzone, so you might as well have them.
But I don't think people realize when mid-season comes, this is like the corner of the bull run, guys. You think gas is cheap now?
I know, bro.
Wait till
it's gonna get crazy.
If you're not minting the Shiba Doge now, you're gonna have a big shock when mid-season comes.
Yeah, because the bull is coming, and it's obvious that it's coming at this point.
Yeah, and I think XRP's probably sparked it, bro. To tell you the truth.
You think so?
Yeah, did you see it? The judge declined.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So those documents are going to come out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, XRP's in a good spot, man. I'm not selling mine anytime soon.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
So how long is the season going for anyway?
Right now, so we're doing an adaptive season, and what I mean by that is going to be like a three-stage season. Stage 1, Shiba and Doge NFTs. Deploy those, and then stage 2, which will probably happen in like a couple of weeks, where you'll be able to deploy your Shiba Doge NFTs so you can start getting token rewards and whatnot. And then stage 3 is a secret thing. It's going to be something where a lot of the tiered stuff is going to be introduced. And what I mean by that is like depending on like what you own, right? Some people might just own a Doge Army, they'll fall into a certain tier. Some people might just own the Shibarium, they'll fall into a certain tier. Some people might own Shiba and Doge, they'll fall into their own tier. And if you own all 3 of them, you'll fall into another tier of its own. And then burn card holders are like on the top of the totem pole. So yeah, there's going to be some pretty cool advancements being introduced with that. I'm not going to say like what comes with that just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we're experimenting with like having different theme seasons and like different tiered seasons moving forward too. And we're also experimenting with this might be our last season on the Ethereum mainnet as far as like the war zones go. Already starting next season, we might already be on Matic and Polygon, just
Polygon.
So yeah, just so we don't have to deal with all these crazy gas fees for people who are participating in the war zones and stuff. So it breaks my heart, man, to see like gas being this high. Like I want everyone to be able to participate, but I know some people are like, dang, I don't have enough money to spend on gas fee, and that really makes me feel bad. But it's like, what can I do? I could control it. I leave it at 0.
I think I spent 2 ETH though.
Yeah, it's not cheap, man.
No.
Not cheap. And the crazy thing is, like, people are participating in like all these. Obviously, it's like there's a lot of action in the meme space, or not just the meme space, but the deck space in general, right? So it's like when something new launches, people participate, and there's so many people. Like, I was reading a report, and like I don't know how many millions of dollars just in one day was lost to failed transactions because people are trying to buy like a token, and since everything is 0% tax, they leave their slippage to like 0% or 2% or whatever. So
Jared takes it all.
Yeah, Jared just making sandwiches out of them. He's made over $40 million in the past 3 months, man.
Dude,
crazy.
Jared's killing it.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people are not speculating, but a lot of people think that it's some dude from North Korea that runs Jared, because I've ran Jared by our developers, and our developers are some of the best developers that I've ever dealt with in my life. And I told him, I was like, yo, like, why are we not building this? Like, let's build this shit. This guy made $40 million. He's all like, bro.
Dude.
He's all like, you can have 1,000 of me, and you will never be able to build one of these. Like,
so it's actually so. This is what I'm thinking, Leo. Do you think Jared is actually some sort of OTC for these exchanges?
No, it's not.
I reckon.
No, it's not. It's what it is it's a smart contract built by either one person or a collective of people, a group of people, and it is pretty much its only mission and its only goal is to take people's front run money, right? So if your slippage is set to 5%, for example, and the slippage required for the token that you're trying to buy is 2%, he eats that 3%, that extra 3%, right? He'll eat that. So you won't necessarily get screwed, but you'll lose out on that 3% extra slippage. Yeah. And the only way that he's able to do that is by kind of identifying the nodes and the blocks in the blockchain and kind of knowing which RPC endpoint is doing what and which node it's going to be mining. Oh, dude, I don't even know what my developers are trying to explain to me, but what they were saying is, go find the most sophisticated blockchain out there, the one that you would think is the hardest to build, blockchain. Go find it, go find the code for it, and double the difficulty on that by like 5, and that's how hard it would be to create the Jared from Subway bot. Like, it's almost impossible for people to replicate it, and that's why you don't see more Jared from Subway bots, because it's like such an advanced contract that there's probably like some crazy super genius that built it.
And it's amazing how Jared can do this all in his cell, right? Like, it's just off probably his BlackBerry or something. In his
It's automated, bro. Like it's
know.
automated. This dude's probably not even at the computer doing this shit. He's like sipping margaritas and mimosas somewhere, just making $1 million a minute. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's why I think a lot of these exchanges are trying to catch in on the action, and that's why you see a lot of these coins or projects going up on exchanges very fast, because they don't want to give Jared all that money, right? The exchanges want a bit of the action as well.
Yeah. I mean, definitely the exchanges. There's something fishy going on with a lot of these exchanges. That's for a fact. Something fishy is going on. But I don't know exactly what it is. It might just be like an insider guy that works in those exchanges and is doing something, scheming something up. You never know.
Yep.
But I don't care, man. It doesn't matter as long as it's bringing volume to the space. As long as it's bringing attention to the space. At the end of the day, it's positive.
Yeah, we want that 1.3 trillion that we're on right now to be double that. I think it was back in 21, wasn't it, Leo?
Yeah,
3.7 trillion. Oh, dude,
yep.
I want that back.
Yeah, and that, if you think about it, that's still like nothing crazy. I mean, the global crypto market cap could easily hit $10 trillion. Like,
oh, easy.
Boom,
easy.
At any given time. Yeah, easily.
Regulation is just around the corner, and this space is gonna fly.
Yeah. People don't understand that, but like they'll look at it and be like, "Oh, 1 trillion is a lot." I mean, yeah, it is a lot, but it's nothing compared to the global GDP. Like, it's nothing.
I think 1 trillion is probably like 3% of the world using crypto in a way.
Yeah.
That's probably the breakdown.
And half of that is just freaking Bitcoin, dude.
I know.
Yeah. So there's the room to grow is ridiculous. Like, yeah, I think crypto could hit 10 trillion very easily. And if it happens, it's going to happen very quick too.
If it's going to happen, it should happen in that what is it, the halving?
Yeah, next year, by the next halving.
Yeah. One more blow off top, do you think, Leo, or you think we'll have a couple more in the future?
Like dips?
Nah, blow off top in the market. Like, you reckon this halving will probably spark that blow off top and then we'll come back down?
No, I think what's going to happen is pre-halving, like 6 months before the halving, we might see a dip, and the reason why we'll see that is this is just pure speculation on my point, but there's some large wallets that control large amounts of Bitcoin, and what those dudes do is they manipulate the markets best they can so they can rebuild their positions even stronger. So I think we're gonna see that like 4 to 6 months before the next halving. So we'll see a little bit of a dip, people trying to scare off some holders and then buy those tokens back up for cheaper, exactly, with more liquidity. And it's a good strategy because a lot of times they'll gain like 5 to 10% more holdings just by doing that, and they know that. And statistically looking at it, after each halving, crypto has hit a new all-time high every single time. And 6 months before the halving, that dip has happened. I'm a person of statistics and analytics, so just looking at the history of it, I think it's going to be the same thing. But me personally, my prediction, non-financial advice, I think by the end of next halving, by the end of it, and when that next all-time high comes back around, I think the whole crypto market will sit at like a healthy $4.5 to $5 trillion market cap.
That's
like a 4x from here. So in a year, my prediction, I want to see crypto forex.
I think we'll get it. I think we'll get it.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think so too.
What is
I
everyone
mean,
up
just
to? I think
just
it's been
Apple
loading.
alone is Apple's market cap alone is 2.7 trillion market cap. So I mean, you're telling me the entire global crypto market is worth half of what
Right.
Apple is worth? Yeah, it's crazy.
And BlackRock probably owns most of it.
Yeah, without saying it. Yeah. But that's fine, man. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be, right? You know, those guys profit off of everything, and you need people like people hate BlackRock and people hate like all these hedge funds and stuff, but at the end of the day, they're the reason why
you need it.
you need it.
Need that.
Yeah.
You need it. Did you hear Nasdaq open up in June, taking custody of crypto? I think they're going to launch it in June, dude. They're opening up.
That's crazy.
That's why this is why this is moving forward. A lot of people are pushing. Nasdaq's opening up their crypto custody June.
Easy. Yeah, it's inevitable, man. It's inevitable. And Robinhood is starting to support 24-hour trading here pretty soon. Stocks and ETFs. So.
Yep. And I think that's why Toro partnered up with Twitter, right? Because
Twitter is going to be a platform where you could buy and sell too now.
Buy and sell.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Fast, guys.
Yeah, it's moving fast, and no one's talking about it because
they don't want you to talk about it. That's the problem.
They don't want exactly.
They don't want you to become rich, and if you fall in the trap where you're listening to Streamline Media and Jim Cramer, then you kind of lose out, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing, you know. That right now, people are silently accumulating, silently just loading their bags on everything, and you know,
exactly.
Once those people that push shit, once they have enough, and once they reach their goal, they're gonna be like, all right, let's push it, let's run it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All these institutions are buying in very, very, very low, while people are hiding their own bags. Accumulation time.
Let me just post this real quick, brother.
Guys,
staking season. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, guys, while you're in here, can you just go to the link that I just posted and just go and like our Twitter page, comment, like, retweet, and follow and hit the bell icon so that you'll get notifications. Just stay active on our official channel because it helps the actual project, your bag. You're shilling your own bag. You know, try and stay active as much as possible. You know, everyone's here. You guys obviously
100%.
love the project. You know, we need you guys to help as well. So just go and chill. Just go and chill a little bit on Twitter. Thanks.
Hey, Roof.
Johnny.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good, brother. How are you?
Good, thank you. Question. I'm trying to do some breeding with my NFTs, and I posted in the chat the Nikes, whatever the fault I'm getting. It says please enable contract data in the Ethereum app setting. Do you know where that is in the ledger? Like I just did an update on everything because I haven't connected this in a while, and now I bred some in the past, but I still have
I mean, I can look into it after, unless Leo knows something, because he uses a ledger.
I'm sorry. I didn't catch the question. I was talking to Adam Dalton confirming tomorrow's AMA, but if you want to ask me again, I'm listening.
So I'm trying to do some breeding with, and I haven't connected my ledger in a while, and had to do some updates. And so when I'm trying to do the breed, it's telling me to please enable contract data in your Ethereum app settings, and I'm not figuring out where that is.
I've never came across that, bro.
Yeah, like I bred before. Like I've done some breeding before, and then I just had to do some updates on the ledger, and then it and now it's throwing me this little error. I
if you
googled
want,
it.
just DM it to me and let me send it over to maybe my dev. Maybe he'll know. Maybe he can give an answer, and I'll. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll shoot it over your way. I just figured out since you guys are on, I'd ask.
Oh, bro.
Because it's not
Yeah,
letting me do any breeding of anything. So I'm assuming it probably won't let me deploy either from my ledger.
It should. I mean, I don't think that should be a problem, but I have no idea. If you want to send me a screenshot or send me that
Are
error.
we able to deploy yet, or is that still in holding?
Yeah. You could do it now.
Oh, we can. Okay, so I'll try to deploy one or a couple right now and see what happens, because they are
Keep me posted.
from they do come from a ledger, so we'll see what happens. If it works, I'll let you know. If it doesn't, I'll shoot you a DM and see if we can sort it out.
Yeah, for sure, brother. Keep me posted.
Just make sure, just click on the real Leo now and DM him, man, because
we have a feed, so we'll be good.
Just be careful, bro,
Thank
man.
you, guys.
You know these scammers.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. I've lost a wallet before.
Shit.
I think we all have, man. Everyone's story is always like that, right? It's like I made it in crypto and then I got scammed or I got hacked.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay, cool. I'll keep you guys posted. Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
You haven't been initiated or been baptized unless you have been, scammed once in crypto.
Yeah.
Now you're official.
See.
And if you do the same mistake twice, you just get out of this space.
True. Guys, let's go, guys. Twitter account, let's go.
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I gotta hop on a quick 5-minute meeting with Adam as well. Just kind of give him a breakdown of how our Twitter Spaces work tomorrow, and we'll be back on there tomorrow at 4 p.m. PST. I'm gonna go ahead and schedule that Twitter Space right now. So I'll schedule and I'll post it in here. And if you guys want something, retweet that. I'll go ahead and post that here in like less than 5 minutes. I'm definitely going to be doing these Telegram AMAs again every single week. Just like I said, I won't be able to do it next week. I'm going to be out of town. So don't expect me next week, but we will be doing these every single Tuesday, Telegram Tuesdays. We'll all be in here all the time, answering questions, hanging out, whatever you guys want. But we'll be here, and that's the most important thing. So if anybody else has any other questions, you can ask either in the chat or you can ask me in tomorrow's AMA on Twitter. Or if you have anything that you want to say right now, like while I'm here,
Just a quick one. Is that official Warzone link is pinned or?
Yeah, I just pinned it in the chat. It's warzone.realshibadoge.com/operation Rise of the Memes.
Nice.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. That's pretty much it for today from me. If you miss Doge, that sucks. If you miss Shiba, that also sucks. If you miss Shiba Doge, then you'll hear it again tomorrow, but you suck. All right.
Uh,
I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one. See you, man. See you.
love, peace.
Peace.
Peace, brother.